Figures the real problem. He wants you to know he has other interests too. He's the Surfipelago's self-proclaimed ornithologist, for example. There are other ways than a cold drink to relieve stress, even in these dark times. And, fortunately for you, he can... Watching Pippi's flap is calming, but better yet are the ones you can look at and touch, like quacks. Squeezing them is a great way to relax. Says he read that in an old world book. It means you're an expert of all living. Says there's an interesting place nearby that no one knows about, but doesn't really want to talk about it right now. Says there's no reason to let you in on where it is. Says there's no reason to make threats. Would have told you about it sooner or later. Thinks it's time for you to... Seems you... This beats a slow boat any day. Check out that e-waste. That's a good find. The Quack Hollow. It's just lonely. Leave it behind. We all share the same destiny, destruction or survival. That's hard to come by. Needs a key. Grab, pull, come on. If a story is about you, care for it. Blasting everything to bits. Wow. for when you have to shoot whole bunches of things at once. Ooh-wee, that's biohazard. You need to line up the switches so they match. Bristles like the hair of one electrified. You need to line up the switches so they match. Bristles like the hair of one electrified. You need to line up the switches so they match. Bristles like the hair of one electrified. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. Being over the waves beats being beneath them. Glide up. Dismounted. keep hauling yourself into the air? What? There's so much to say. There's a pling-plong booth you might be able to fix up to help with that. Says it's a glass box you stand in so you can talk. The pling... Once you find it, see if you can get it wired. Maybe then they can speak with their faraway friends again. Says you'd be doing a... Says the shop holder. Let's see. Watch your step in the forest. Ready to live at your own speed. That's enough quacks to sustain the Googlide flipper with infinite ammunition. Goop says he was there when the Porky Puff took Out-of-Date's leg, so this World Eater has made it personal. After that, Out-of-Date started using his head instead of his legs and came up with the plan on how to best make a stand against the World Eaters, and it wasn't by foot. He seems happy to talk. Says there's an interesting place nearby that no one knows about, but doesn't really want to talk about it right now. Needs a logical reason to reveal the secret. Says it's hard to keep a secret from someone as smart as you. Might as well tell you where the place is, as you'll fix. Says you're welcome to stay as long as you want. He seems happy to talk. Didn't have much else. It's a game of life, yours and everyone else's. The deep cut. Get out of here. You might want to fall back. Daytime is a good time to be outside. Hey, you found the track, even around all this goopy... The surf here looked cleaner when that track was made. It wasn't easy to peer through the surf, but there are iBox tapes on record that shows they knew what kind of mutated creatures their contamination had created. Glad you had the patience to learn more. This is all about you. Whether you succeed or fail, it's on you. Gizmo wants to help if he can. He shouldn't. This is harder than it looks. Your ears just pooped. Stay away from that biohazard. You'll want to wash yourself off for a month. He says that's enough to get the Mekton functional. You'll have an engine, a fuel soaker, a gun and a gathering net, but no armor, nor enough oxygen supply. Something he devised to salvage valuables from the ground. There are usually spots hidden beneath puddles of oily goo where He's been working on another project for the Mekton, a cannon, but it needs ammunition, and by that he means the scripts. He says if they're trained right, they'll turn into a distraction for the jumbo puff. The best way to find scripts is to go talk to Moog. He knows the ins and outs of every breathing thing left alive after the apocalypse. Unfortunately, this means you'll have to venture farther out into the dead zone than Moog's camp on the steep depot. Once you find Moog, he'll be able to give you directions to where you'll find scripts. Gizmo. The dark's good for sneaking up on things. The grease monkey's mekton is built sturdy, just like himself. Can you imagine how this place used to look before the dead oil flood? You're already dripping wet. Might want to hold your breath before you head any further. You're about to witness the breathtaking vistas of what's known as the Dead Zone. In the old world, roads like this really led somewhere. Now, most of them lead to disaster. That over there is Steepo Depot. the cliffside that Moog hangs on to. The end is coming to the world, and everything else. Let's see. This one's impressed to see you out here. He figured you'd be dead by now. Not many are as tough and clever as you must. Says a monster hunter hears many things on the wind. Moog says that all your power doesn't do you a bit of good if you're not willing to pull the trigger when the time comes. Choosing what to kill and what to spare are the most important. You might have a steady aim, but you need to be sure that you pick your targets with... It's hard to make those life or death decisions for others, but someone's got to do it. Otherwise, they'll do it themselves, and you know they'll miss. When it comes to monsters, he mostly says it's wild that the world seems to be coming back, but he supposes that means more monsters for him to shoot. Wonders why you work so hard to keep things alive. Bullets help thin the herd instead. Says you should give up on working with the stubborn myriad. He keeps trying to put out their lights and they keep putting up new ones. He's afraid you're just as stubborn. But enough of that, right? He's not sure about their veggie diet anymore, and if it's changed, who knows what it's done with the chemical composition of their body. Right now, though, he feels he's come to a point where he's got a pretty clear idea on the whereabouts of monsters, both tall and short. Thinks that it all hangs on the tree of life. Moog says you must learn to walk before you can run. Fortunately for you, he can help. He understands you need to... There's no better place to start than a squip cave. Hunting down a couple of these little critters for yourself should keep you on your toes. Says you stick to the hunting and shots present themselves later. Be sure to buckle your safety harness. Wait, it's the strip hole-up. The place is just filled with critters. Chop it up. Move it before you get your ticket punched. Locked solid. Once the volatilization from the nuclear waste evaporated, a volatile gas rose through the soil and infested structures, even Toxanol's own buildings. So, in a way, they caused their own death. Oh, idea. Go knock the lid off that sludge truck. It'll fill the place up and you can get up to that entrance there. Feels like something's about to happen today. Got that critter good. Scrapalicious. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. That's the trick to traveling. Spring out. He says that's enough scripts to sustain the Mekton's claw crane cannon with infinite ammunition. Well done. That's the special weapon he made to store the scripts in the Mekton. It will be strong enough to launch them at the Jumbo Puff. Gizmo's made vehicles before to confront the Jumbo Puff himself, but failed. But this time, it's different. It's time to put a stop to the World Eater now, otherwise he fears the damage it's caused. There's time to improve the Mekton before you confront the Puff. There are more wreck boxes out in the dead zone with gear you should be able to equip the Mekton with on your own. Gizmo wants to help if he can. Heroes are only heroes for others, but they do the work, or they're heroes to no one. A shopperia. Maybe there's something still inside. Got it. Didn't expect to see that again. It's a bleak cut. It had no other use than fun thinking time, which never gets old. Made it count. There are tough times ahead, no matter where you go. This one seems to be in good spirits, despite being left here for dead. Has heard that you have a sense of compassion and trusts it. Asks you to do the right thing for the sake of your conscience. It's only through your inner conflict your health is grateful you chose that. You can't be...
Come toward the light.
Slow down. Why would you rush in?
When you see...
Well, what about being...
Poppycock!
Seems that the knobs need to be aligned so the device can load its program. It's a new day to you. Might as well enjoy it.